Play on, puts a shot away, and it's just another super goal.
I cannot believe what I have just seen.
Welcome back, everybody, pitchside. England have won this one, 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks.
Callum looking for Godfrey. Callum got Godfrey. It's Stephen Godfrey. He's at the floor. Stephen Godfrey.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners for 2018.
Boys, well done, boys. Let's give it up. Go on, lads.
días, buenas noches, and buenas tardes to everyone watching in the US, in Spain, and all around the world. We are here tonight in lovely ARMILLA, just outside Granada, getting ready for the new era of FC Malaga City Femenino football to get underway. It is our first match of preseason as the girls take the pitch under a beautiful setting sun in the beautiful land of Spain. As they line up for the first time as FC Malaga City Femenino players, they seem bouncing around and excited to get underway as Captain Parker Lee meets in with the referee and does the coin toss. The girls are on their way over, getting their last drinks, last instructions from Coach Jose Herrera before they take the field for the first time. Parker Lee commences her salutations in the middle of the pitch as the girls huddle up for the first time, ready to take the pitch. As you can see, team is all together as one after a strong beginning of preseason with coaches Jose Herrera, Samir, and Liam Bickett. Girls are ready for their first ever game. This is when you can see the early leaders begin to emerge in the huddle, as you can see who's talking. All seem very ready, very into it. And as the new era FC Malaga City Femenino begins, I'd just like to say good luck to all, good luck to everyone, and let's have an absolutely wonderful year. Out comes the starting team, and as they take their positions, I will give you as many names and numbers as I have and then as I know, because this is new for me as well. This is the first time I've met a lot of these girls, so please bear with me if I miss any names or if I mispronounce any names or miss any numbers. Girls line up in what appears to be a 4-1-2-3. It looks like a bit of a triangle in the midfield from Jose Herrera, but I cannot even begin to tell you what his tactics may be for this season. He's been very secretive and kept everything close to his chest. And we are underway as we kick off, and the new era FC Malaga City Femenino has officially begun. Parker Lee on the ball early at right back, as she looks into the middle and switches the ball over to what I think is Madison North, but as I get more positions, I will definitely tell you. Parker Lee, first time pass back to Marilena Spagnolo, who is making her debut, as most of these girls are, in Spain. Ball's carried up the left side, easy, and switching across the back. This is this is the first chance that Jose Herrera's young team has gotten to test themselves against Spanish opposition, and from early doors you can see the style that he wants to implement. A lot of possession, a lot of passing around the back, looking for those gaps, as is the style of FC Malaga City Academy as a whole. So it's very consistent, very possession focused, a lot of emphasis on the center backs and the midfielders being able to play with the ball, and we're excited to see where the season takes us. The ball is thrown into number 11, who is Katie Lampin, as possession quickly turns over, and Armillas begin their first spell of possession of the game as they bring the ball back to the goalkeeper, and they begin to build, looking like they're playing a similar style to us, with intent on possession as we begin to press high, and that is number 9, Evelyn Sessler, leading the line, with Katie Lampin closing down on the right wing. Nice bit of play by Armillas as they look to break down the left and a ball in behind to number 9 as our number 18, Mikey Rams, plays back to Marinella as she clears long. A very good ball for her first one, and that was Iman Alberti on the bring down as Katie Lampin continues forward, back to Alberti, and frees Lampin down the right side, but that ball looks like it'll be just a bit too far as it goes out, but a good bit of movement, bit of 1-2s in the middle, very similar to the style that we like to play all season. So it looks like our back line consists of Parker Lee at right back, Mikey Rams right center back, Madison North at left center back, and Tiara Laughlin playing left back in the number 21. As our pressure forces a turnover quickly for Armillas, and we get the ball pretty high on the right side, looking to build into the attack. Parker Lee lines up to take the throw in again. Good movement in front, in and out as she goes long to number 9, Evelyn Sessler. This ball's cleared again, and just as we've seen before, let's watch Parker throw it in again from the exact same position. Ball thrown in long, brought down well. Unfortunately, just a bit of a heavy touch as Armilla looked to break, but Tiara Laughlin cuts it out very, very well and possesses the ball back to Madison North. Madison North looks to settle over to TR on the right back, as FC Malaga City look to control the play and really stamp their authority on the match. Very big switch away, leaves Mikey Rams in loads of space, and FC Malaga City Femenino can build again. It looks long early, but fortunately it's cut out in the midfield as we get an early throw. So a bit of the early sparring stages of the game right now. Neither team is really dominating yet, as we just look to go back and forth and kind of build into the game and get a foothold, especially with being our first game of the season. Ram cycles across to North, takes a good touch out of her feet, looks to go forward. It's a very big role for our center backs this season. We'll be driving out of the back and being confident playing with the ball. Madison North, formerly training of Elche Femenino in, I think, La Liga 1 or 2. Not 100% sure, but she's got great experience playing in Spain before and training in Spain as well, which will make her extremely beneficial for a young crop of new girls looking to make the grade. Ball goes wide to Katie Lampin, who's seen a lot of the ball in the early stages as she cuts inside onto the left foot. Looks to play in Sessler, but it's unfortunately cut out. ARMILLA recover, play out through the middle, but can only go backwards again as the number 14 looks for a bit of options. ARMILLA's go all the way back to the keeper to restart their play as they look to build again, and FC Malaga City get into that defensive shape. As you can see from the wide shot, Parker Lee tucks in as the ball moves forward. So out of possession, almost looks like they're playing a 3 at the back. But again, as I said before, Jose Herrera's tactics continue to mystify everyone as he keeps his cards close to his chest before the start of the new season. Doesn't want to give away any secrets, because I'm sure there are quite a few opposition coaches out here watching us today. And there's a quick foul, I think, as what appears to be Hannah Reynolds looks to break down the left-hand side and gets fouled. Gives us the first free kick of the new season. Here we'll get a peek as the center halves head up, looking to get ahead on the ball. Mikey Rams' height is definitely something to be aware of here. She's about a head taller than everyone else on the pitch. It could be a huge thing. And the ball unfortunately goes straight through to the keeper as Malaga City recover into their shape. And ARMILLA's continue to carry out of the back. The ball is cycled across and continued to be possessed. Brief spell of possession for ARMILLA to find a pocket of space down the middle, but our side is not troubled as we recover behind the ball and force the play backwards. As a lot of the coaches tend to say here, possession in the back is really, we'll let them have the ball there. They're not threatening us. Not until they get over midfield are we particularly concerned, as Tiara Laughlin makes another good interception. And again, forming a very good partnership already with Madison North on the left side of the defense, as they tend to keep the ball. A bit of pressing by ARMILLA is broken by a well-played touch from Hannah Reynolds, as the ball is played into the middle, looking to get it under control. Evelyn Sessler takes a touch, looks to spray it wide. Turn to number 6, Chloe Shipway, as she sprays it out to Parker Lee. Bit of momentum here for the Femeninos. Parker Lee looks to showing Katie Lampin and rolls out of bounds. Well played from the girls. Very good play through the middle from Chloe Shipway. Switch and play. Very big part of the emphasis that coaches Liam Bickett and Sam are looking to implement on their style this year. Ball. I've just been told through my ear that we have a couple former FCMC Femenino players on the broadcast, and we would like to say welcome. We are sad not to see you back here this year, but these girls are excited and they've heard about your legacy, and they're very much looking to carry on. So massive shout out to both Trista Sierra and I think Danny Murray was the other one. So massive shout out. Thank you all for watching. Your support is much appreciated as we look to build on your successes last year. As a good clearance by Spagnuolo before, and now we just build out of the back with Mikey Rams over to Parker Lee, who takes a touch inside and just relieves all the pressure. An unbelievable touch from Parker, done really well as the ball switches wide to Madison North, who plays infield to number 10, who is Iman Alberti. Unfortunately, the pass goes a bit askew, and Armilla have a throw in around the halfway line. So please, if you're on the stream, keep your comments rolling in, as it will give me something else to talk about. And I would love to be able to give you a shout out wherever you are in the world, at any place. We'd love to hear from you, as it certainly helps us, it helps the stream, and I know the girls will love to have all your support throughout the season and throughout the match tonight. As Armilla, line-breaking ball. The number 99 breaks down the right side. Good recovery by number 20, Hannah Reynolds. The ball squared to the middle, but cleared well by Mikey Rams. Reynolds continues fighting in the corner and manages to keep it from being a corner, as Armilla look to go quickly, as they may outnumber us right now, but the shape has reemerged. Throw in near the left side of the box. Kept in very well by Iman Alberti. Ball played into the middle, headed down, and into the waiting hands of Marinella Spagnuolo. I'll class that as her first official save of Spain. We'd like to send a massive shout out to Madison's North brother, who I've been told is watching on from Kent. So we're now in the UK, we're in Greece, and I'm pretty positive we're in America at this point. So I'd like to send a massive shout out to watching in Kent, and it's great to have you here. Thank you for your support. As Armillas have a throw in down the left-hand side. Armillas brief spell of possession, finding those triangles that the Spanish national team is famous for, and that's a style that's gone all through the country, and it's really implemented by every Spanish coach I've ever met. But it works. Obviously, they've won World Cups and Euros and everything in between, so who's to argue with the style? As the Femeninos look to build out of the back, as we come up the left side. A lot of action on the left side recently. It's Hannah Reynolds, no, it's not. It's Tiara Laughlin on the ball, cycles back to North, as FCMC look to build again. Ball is cut out in the center. Parker Lee clears big down the line. And the ball is headed away down the line, kept in by Armillas, number 21, looking dangerous as ever. Into 14, who's really looking to play that number 6 to 8 role and pull the strings in the middle, but so far we've done a good job of containing her. Number 6, Chloe Shipway, seems to keep her pretty well done under control. As Armillas go backwards again as we get our shape and look to step up a bit. Quick turn as the ball comes wide. Closed down by Katie Lampin. As the center backs continue to possess, not troubling our back line at all. We always say here at FC Malaga City, we will take possession in their own half. Not a problem, unless they score from midfield and pull a David Beckham. You know what, at that point you take your hat off and say good finish. As Armillas break down the right-hand side, well cut out from Hannah Reynolds, covering down the left-hand side. Armillas have a throw as we have a bit of a break in play right now. As it's kicked in, attempted to close down, but unfortunately, nothing comes of it, fortunately. Ball goes out to the left as Parker Lee looks to close down. Looks to prevent the cross and does very well to prevent the number 16. Throwing down Armillas, and unfortunately my view right now is obstructed by a tree. But as the ball goes in, I've picked it up again as Armillas break down the line, look to square it across, but it's cut out brilliantly by our center back. Number 14 turns, looks to shoot, and hits an absolute beauty of a goal into the far right corner. Absolutely nothing Marilena could do about it. And a bit of an unlucky break for our girls, who really had the better of the play in this early part of the match. loads of people coming by right now as the FCMC Femeninos are a high priority ticket apparently in the region of Granada. So lots of fans, lots of directors coming in, forcing us to move our position around a little bit, but we're nothing if not adaptable. As FCMC look to rebuild, coming back from conceding, as we are immediately straight back to the same style we were before, with a bit of possession around the back and looking to break down that left-hand side again where we've threatened a bit. Madison North builds out of the back, but unfortunately loses the ball as it's well recovered in the middle and thrown back to Marinella as she will. Ball is sprayed out wide, but unfortunately it goes out. And we are back. The massive crowd here in Armilla has forced us to change our commentary position, so I've had to drop down from my perch of where I was as the Armilla's club directors have come in. So apologies for the breaking commentary. But we are back now, ready as ever, as the ball gets cycled back to Marinella and sent over to Madison North, who looks into the middle to Evelyn Sessler. There's never a dull moment here at FCMC Femenino. I've been told that we have another Kent viewer on the stream, Marie Wilson, who is Ella Wilson's mom. Unfortunately, Ella's on the bench right now with a bit of an early knock in the season, but I'm sure she's be fine. I've spoken to her before. She's in a very positive mood. Looking forward to getting fit and getting back out there. So Marie, thank you for all your support. We look forward to maybe seeing you out here sometime soon. And thank you for your support all the way from Kent. So we've got a massive Kent crowd for the Femeninos right now. And where else in the world can we go? We've got Kent, Greece, and somewhere in the USA. I've been told we've got New York and Calgary and Toronto, and we've got somewhere in the Netherlands. We truly are, as Richard likes to say, the United Nations of academies here. And I'm sure one day we'll actually get a viewer in Antarctica, but until that day, I will wait with bated breath on the microphone. As a brief spell of possession for Armilla as they begin to cycle the ball. Ball gets played into the middle as Armilla really look to start to break down our shape, but as we force the ball along, I'm sure our center backs can deal with that as they do. And number 6, Chloe Shipway, fighting hard for the ball in the middle. Fortunately, that number 14, the goal scorer, seems to be their best player. Is just all over us, winning the ball at every possible opportunity as the ball gets played wide. A brief mistake by the number 4 allows Hannah Reynolds a chance to break. Ball into number 10, Iman Alberti, who's on the chase. And she is called offside by the referee without a linesman. So that's one thing we will learn in Spain for all you new viewers here, is that there is often only one referee, and he is very biased towards the Spanish teams. And I'm sure that might be slightly controversial to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I have been on the receiving end of that all of my life in Spain. And as the referee with the untucked shirt walks around, she was offsides apparently. Tough break for FCMC Femenino, but we continue to move and we continue to build into our shape. Now the press triggers seem to be when the ball goes wide, as Katie Lampin is pressing frequently as soon as their outside back gets the ball, as Mikey Rams goes long looking for Reynolds. Ball over Reynolds' heads, but Imran Alberti tracks it down. And here's that pressure in the corner again with Reynolds and Alberti both pressing. Good split by their center back right there, finding the winger. Harsh foul on Parker Lee as FCMC retreats into their shape and Armilla go quick with that number 14, the tricky number 6. Positive signs all around here for FCMC, only having 6 days of training under their belt and really bringing together a lot of new girls from new cultures, new styles. And it's tough to have a team gel in only 6 days, but there's loads of positives to take from this first 20-25 minutes. A lot of good possession through the midfielders getting on the ball. Number 8, Leah Basida, seems to be getting on the ball with Chloe Shipway, number 6 in the middle, looking to really pull the strings. Good run from Katie Lampin down the slide. Oh, as Micah Rams just plays it a bit too far, but a good look. Sometimes all the possession that frees up the runner in behind, and looks like Katie Lampin's going to be the dangerous one going in behind, especially with the turn of pace that she's got. Quick turnover from Maria. We look to build again. I honestly say FC Malaga City has had the better of the start and the more of the possession. Just sometimes in Spain you're beaten by a wonderful goal and you can do nothing but put your hand up and say, wow, that was impressive. As Lee into Shipway, back out to Lampin. One of those famous Spanish triangles that we find. As Lampin cuts inside, ball almost glued to her foot, and ultimately draws the foul. Wonderful run, wonderful close control by Katie Lampin, who FCMC Femenino is really expecting to be one of their star players this season. Highly recruited by the star recruiter James Dawes, who's put together a lot of this team, and he's really been fantastic with them, been the go-between between players and parents, sorting everything out. So do have to give a massive shout out to James Dawes on building the team, building the roster, and leaving it in the capable hands of Jose Herrera. As Lachlan goes long off the set piece, cleared on the edge of the box by Armillas. Headed back in as Reynolds looks to press, puts a shoulder into the outside back, does well to keep the ball. Brilliant straight show there by Hannah Reynolds. Parker Lee steps forward dangerously into Alberti, who makes a good turn. Back wide to Reynolds, who plays it into the middle, and it's cleared. As Lee wisely lets the ball roll out, as there would have been immense pressure if she had kept it in. She can set up the throw in now and set up the team as she wants. Thrown into Shipway as Armillas look to break. And I heard we have one of Chloe Shipway former coaches watching from Bristol, which is very much in England, and our 2 English cameramen give a shout of approval, being it's from England. So thank you very much for watching as the referee gets in the way. And it will be a drop ball as we respectfully play it back to Armillas. Not sure that's the move I would have made, but hey, good on them for doing the right thing. As the number 4, the left center back, looks to build out, and there's the number 14 in that number 6 Iniesta role, who's just constantly getting on the ball, passing it, moving it. Very good representation of the Spanish style of play. And if you watch her, you'll see a lot of her throughout, a lot of players similar to her throughout the season as you continue to tune into matches this season. Lachlan just loses out a bit unluckily as the midfielder looks to spray the ball wide, but it's lost. As FCMC recover their shape. A great tracking back by Iman Alberti. As again the ball goes backwards where it's not a threat to us. Well played into the middle, but the ball can only be possessed backwards. No incisive pass coming from Armilla as they go all the way back to the keeper. Really good pressing from Jose Herrera's team. Sat in 2 solid banks of 4. Looking very well disciplined, very well organized for only having 6 days of training under their belt. So credit to the coaching staff, credit to Jose Sammer and Liam Bickett, who of course is from FC Malaga City senior fame, having led their team to promotion to Division d'Honneur, who's this year been drafted in as a assistant coach to the girls team. So big shout out to Liam, looking for a big year from him in Division d'Honneur with the FCMC seniors, and we look forward to watching him on the stream, and who knows, maybe if I do well enough tonight, I might be able to call some of those games. Throw in from the far side for FCMC as we look to build it again through Micah Rams. Now Parker Lee opens up as wide as she can to receive the ball. Ball's cut inside and a misplaced pass, and here comes the dangerous number 14 again. Puts the ball on the feet, but she is no match for Micah Rams, who forces her backwards as the line can continue to go up. A big wide switch over to the winger as they cut back inside, and there's a dangerous overlapping run from the 16, but it's cut out really well by Parker Lee, who springs Katie Lampin down the line. Oh, she loses the ball, and Parker cleans up after. So that's a very good example of just a bit of teamwork, and it looks like we may have a sub coming soon. The referee has chosen not to acknowledge it, as Parker will take the throw-in. Parker Lee, the only returning member of the FCMC Femenino team last year, who made it all the way to the semifinals of promotion before crushingly going out and just what can only be described as a devastating loss. But she's here. She's ready to regroup and really lead this team to the heights that it deserves to be at. As the captain this year, she's got a big responsibility, and having spoken to her, she's ready to take it on. She's ready for all included, and she's in a great place, and she's ready to captain our side this year. Let me just begin to break down that left-hand side again. Quick triangles played 1-2, and a long ball over the top to number 11, but Lee tracking back very well, plays to Marinella, who plays this brilliant left-footed ball just over the head of Katie Lampin. Very unfortunate, very well played out. But just one of those early things. We're shaking the cobwebs off of the possession. We're trying everything, getting minutes under our belt. And we have a stoppage in play, but there was no whistle blown, so we continue now. That was a strange one, but welcome to Spain, everyone. Ball is cycled out wide. Number 20 plays a big ball in behind, but Tiara Laughlin cuts it out very well. And the number 9, who's Evelyn Sessler, who's gone a bit quiet from the wing, but I'm sure she's building her way back into the game. Seems to be a front line of Hannah Reynolds and Evelyn Sessler. Seems to be swapping positions kind of as the game goes, which may be a tactical thing, maybe a personal thing. I know the players here have a lot of freedom to decide kind of if they see something during a game that they'd like to exploit, where they want to go, where they want to change. So could be a tactical decision from Coach Jose Herrera, or it could just be one of the players in their good footballing brains is deciding, hey, you know what, I want to have a crack at the right back, or I want to have a crack down the middle. So either way, as the keeper from Arias puts her defender in a very poor position into the corner as she manages to recover, but we've maintained possession high up the field with the throw-in. Sets on throw-in, leaves it for Laughlin, as we'll set up for our throw. Long one into the box, but the referee has stopped play for a sub, and coming on is number 27, Maya Ridge. Coming on is number 27, Maya Ridge, for number 6, Chloe Shipway. Not sure if it's an early knock or if it's just a minute managing thing, as it is the first game. The girls have only had 6 days under their belt, coming from loads of different places, so still maybe a bit of jet lag in the legs, bit of tiredness in the legs, but it's good to see everyone getting minutes, and that's what preseason matches are for. It's for all the girls to get the experience, get really built into Spanish football, because only 1 or 2 have ever played in Spain before. And it's good to see the squad rotation going on, especially early in the game, as I'm sure, as we may see Chloe Shipway again, as there are really no substitution rules in preseason friendlies such as this. But looks like if we can see Jose Herrera is giving Chloe Shipway a bit of tactical information down on the side, so promising signs all around, as he just wants to really hammer home his few points that he's got for her, as what he's seen for over the first 20-25 minutes. Micah Rams looks to go long for Lampin again. That ball seems to be on a bit. We've just got to get it a bit higher over the top, as Parker Lee brings down well. Rams into Reynolds in the middle. Controls well and cycles back out to Parker. And back into Rams in the middle. And just very well built up by FCMC right now, as Reynolds looks to break and is taken down by the number 16. Bit of a cynical foul there. Surprised not to see a booking going that early, but she shakes her hand, gets up, shakes her hand. It's preseason for all of us, so maybe a no harm, no foul, but I don't know, to tell you what, if I was in a game, I'd be screaming for a booking. Well, the ref seems to take a lenient view of it as we look to set up our set pieces again. The center backs head up. We're looking for a big long ball into the box, see if we can get a head on it, and see if we can nick the first goal of the season. Laughlin raises the left hand, long ball into the box with the left foot. Cleared again on top of the box. Volley from the top back in, and ultimately cleared only as far as Evelyn Sessler, who keeps the ball in on the edge of in the box. And as Armillas looks to break with a very long ball over the top, and the striker is in. Touch at her feet. Big moment here for Marilena if she can save it. And she stands it up brilliantly. What a save that was. 1v1, the whole goal to aim at, and Marilena stood strong. As a goalkeeper, you absolutely love to see it, coming out, sacrificing her body, making herself as big as possible, and ultimately preventing the striker from scoring. That is all you can ask for out of your number 1 keeper, and credit to her. Massive stop. Did everything good as she follows it up with a brilliant bit of distribution. Unfortunately, just out of the reach of Parker Lee, but massive shout out Marilena Spagnolo. Unbelievable save 1v1. Waited till she could see the whites of her eyes before she spread. Great stop. Throw and ultimately cleared as the Armilla's coach brings in a new ball as Armilla look to possess down into our far left-hand corner. Tell you what, as a keeper, nothing gives confidence quite like making a massive save like that. Even after conceding an early goal, even though there's nothing she could do, you want to make that first big save as new season, new game, new team. You want to really stamp your authority on the team as a keeper, and with that save, she's done just that. As the Armilla's number 14 looks to break, cleared first by North, then by Lee, and followed out by Reynolds as Evelyn Sessler closes down the ball as it comes back into the box and harmlessly over the goal. Some great last-ditch defending there from the girls. First, Madison North. Secondly, Parker Lee. Third, Hannah Reynolds. Just very good defending and weathered a big bit of pressure there from Armillas. Positive signs all around from Jose Herrera as he barks instructions to his team in a mixture of English and Spanish. But as we've said here before, all the coaches are absolutely brilliant speaking in English and really can get their point across, get all their tactics across, and it's a fantastic environment we have here. Top-class coaches, top-class players. We are giving these girls and all the players here an extremely professional environment. This is a professional environment. And we're doing everything we can to get our teams all promoted, all into the highest divisions possible, and continue to grow as both an academy and as people. That's what we do. We don't just build players, we build good people here. As Armillas look to break inside, and Parker Lee clears with that left foot that she's been using so well. As Armilla look to build down the right-hand side. Reynolds applies a bit of pressure and forces the ball backwards into the left center back, number 4. Ball is sprayed wide to the number 16. Played down the line, stood up well, and ultimately cleared out by Parker Lee. Apologies for any noise you might hear in the back. For some reason, there is a fireworks show on Wednesday night in Granada. Not exactly sure about that, but as I always say, hey, it's Spain. Anything goes. Ball is thrown into the middle, and that is the number 8, Leah Basita. Apologies, I'm still getting used to the numbers and the names and everyone. I'm trying to mention everyone as much as possible. Just Leah Basita on the ball again. Plays a quick, deft ball into Hannah Reynolds, who carries dangerously. It looks like she was dragged down from behind, but the ref plays a bit of advantage. Maya Ridge, almost through to Katie Lampin, unfortunately cut out. Recovered well by Iman Alberti, but cleared by Armilla. Some good interplay there through Leah Basita and Hannah Reynolds. Really positive to see, promising signs as Katie Lampin makes an unbelievable move and is fouled by the number 11. She seems to have that ball just absolutely glued to her foot. Brilliant to see at this early stage of the season that we really have some ball carriers who can put pressure on opposition defenses and make moves like that. You love to see it. Beseda back to Rams. Over to Lee again, those famous Spanish triangles making another appearance. Parker Lee drives inside and plays the ball over the top to Katie Lampin into the channel. She looks like she'll get there. She'll keep it in. Ball into the middle. Held up by Maya Ridge. Looking at the roller defender. Keeps it in. Shoots. Oh, just over the bar, but that's a good turn. That's a good turn and possession for Maya Ridge. Brilliant play from Parker Lee and Katie Lampin on the right-hand side as the ball was fizzed into Ridge's feet. She took control well. After a few moves, few touches, she attempted to turned well, and fired just over the goal. Very unlucky. Good first half chance for the Femeninos. We have a few subs coming here for Armillas. They look to make the same squad rotations as we do. And now the player looks to just be getting her shin pads in, get ready to head out onto the pitch. As we wish her all the best, but we really hope we score a few goals past her as she goes into the right center back slot. Armillas play short out of the back, as is the Spanish way. Ball's cycled all the way back to the keeper, right where it started. As FCMC look to set up defensively and prevent any further goals before halftime, as we approached about 15 minutes before the break. Armias look to break, but the in midfield line of Hannah Reynolds, Leah Basida, and Iman Alberti seems to be holding strong. Not many pockets for the players to play into. There's the danger girl, number 14, keeps the ball, turns out, but can only go horizontal. So no worries for our girls. The center back looks to carry. Closed down by Katie Lampin, but again, you can see just stifling defense. Not a pocket to be found in the pitch as the ball ultimately finds its way to Madison North, and then Tiara Laughlin as FCMC look to build again. Just brilliant defensive shapes shown at such an early stage of the season. As FCMC look to build out of the back, we are live here. We are live here in Granada. One of the local suburbs of Granada is a town called Armillas, about an hour away from Almuñecar. It's a beautiful city. This team, the men's team on this division, will actually be playing against our FCMC seniors this season, as they're both in Division de Honor, and our CDAC seniors have played against the Armilla men's team in a preseason friendly. So we're very familiar with the area, very familiar with the coaches, and we'd just like to send a massive shout out to them and thanking them for taking the friendly and allowing us to play. As Lampin gets a shot on goal, as the keeper spills it a bit, but ultimately recovers as the shot was tame enough not to really trouble her. But good signs again from FCMC, kind of pouncing on any opportunity that we can find as Lampin gets away the first shot on target of the night. Keeper goes long and cut out by Lee and then by Alberti, who's ultimately shoved off the ball, what appeared to be illegally, but the ref appears happy enough to play on, and cut out very well by the number 9, Evelyn Sessler, playing on the left wing. As she finds herself on the ball back again, cycles through Tiara Laughlin, all the way back to Madison North. Ooh, who loses out to the number 9, who's in on goal, and fires just wide of the target. Bit of a moment of panic there for FCMC, but no harm comes of it, and that comes with building out of the back. That's one of the risks we take to play the style that we play. And honestly, sometimes it may not work, but 90% of the time it does, and we are always good enough to play it. So in a preseason match like this, we keep playing short, we keep playing close ball, we keep playing out of the back, and eventually, once the season begins, we're going to be faultless at this. As you can see, our style doesn't change based on the game, based on the score, based on anything. We keep our style, we're maintaining the style, and that's an academy-wide directive. We always want to play out of the back. We want to play good football. We don't want to just be a long ball team. We want to play good football. We want to teach these girls how to be professionals and hopefully ultimately move on from here and sign pro contracts with pro teams and just build the brand and build everything we possibly can. Number 8, Leah Basida on the ball, switches wide to Madison North. Takes an aggressive touch forward and continues, drives in. Loves to see a center back driving into the box. Into Alberti, plays his ball in behind. Ooh, cut out just. Reynolds back over the top to Lampin down the right-hand side. Lampin settles, crosses first time, and earns the first corner of the night for the FCMC Femeninos. Brilliant spell of play. Some unlucky balls just cut out in behind, but well recollected by Reynolds and well played by Lampin to earn her side of corner. Number 10, Alberti seems to be over, but we're looking to go. We have 2 players over there. Could be a 2v1. We may go short as Alberti puts the ball into the box. Shot from Ridge at the top, ultimately cleared. Brought down well by Sessler. Takes a shot and looks to wind up from range. Ambitious effort, we'll say, but we love the attitude. We love the ambition from our players, looking to shoot from anywhere at any time. Always looking. There's always a half chance to be had. And it's good aggression shown from Sessler there to pull up from about 35, 40 yards. Really let fly. Ball is cycled back to the keeper from Armillas again, who settles as they look to build. Alberti cuts it out early in the middle. And some brilliant pressing allows Armillas to throw, but ball pinned into their own corner right now. Not too many places to get out. Very good pressing, very good organization. This side, you can already tell early in the season, is going to be a hard side to break down throughout the course of the year. As Parker Lee is called for a push in the back, as FCMC look to rebuild the shape. Marilena leaves the ball, very, very adept to the Spanish style already, as we don't get the ball whenever it's their free kick. as we see there, Parker Lee, just as we mentioned before, you really can't say enough about her. The only returning member of the side from last season, the captain for this year, just great player, great person. I'm really looking for her to crack on this year and lead this team to promotion, because that's our goal. This team has the talent, has the personnel, has the coaching staff to be promoted this year, and that's going to be our goal all season, is promotion, promotion, promotion. As the free kick from Armilla is taken long, cleared by Micah Rams, Evelyn Sessler picks it up and does very well to maintain the ball. Tiara Loughlin goes onto that strong left foot. She holds the ball very well and gets fouled, draws the foul. She was being just hassled and harried for a solid 5 seconds, but done well. FCMTZ looked to go quick-ish. We're not exactly sure whether that was planned, as the ref forces the number 9 to back away. Ball played into the midfield to number 8, Leah Basida. Turns, looks to spray a long ball to Lampin, cut out well by the number 16. Ball bouncing around in the middle, looking to get control, and somehow there was a push on number 10, Iman Elberdi. Good, strong play, but a foul in that position is never too bad to give away. Not in the attacking half. No real threat at goal. They'll only play short and wide. Not too big of a concern for us. Number 14 pulling the string as always. Ball played wide to number 16 on the wing. Played into the middle. That is absolutely no problem for Micah Rams, who clears very long, as our line can get up and continue our shape. Second year of existence for the FCMC Femeninos, and honestly, after such a strong foundation was built last year, we're really looking forward to cracking on this year. We've got a great squad, great players, and we're ready for the challenge that comes with a full season in Spain, with the pressure of being one of the better teams in our division, with the pressure to win games. And I'll tell you what, having been involved in a bit of the recruitment with these girls are up for the challenge, 100%. They're ready, they're hungry, and this year, promotion's our goal, nothing less. But of course, we're always looking for more depth, so if you are indeed a girl watching this game and you want to come out to beautiful Almuñecar, Spain, and try your hand in Spanish football, please fill out an application on our website. We're always recruiting more players. We're always looking to join this fantastic program and build our family. So if you're listening, if you're watching, if you know someone that's watching or listening, and they want to come to Spain and test themselves against the best, do not hesitate. Please fill out a form. We will find you. We will get back to you as soon as we can. And we would love to have you come out here and join our family. As the clock ticks down to the last 5 minutes of the half, Armillas have a bit of possession in the backside as they're looking to break down and find the pockets throughout the FCMC team, but our shape and our tactics have proven tough for them as the ball can only go long, not building up much through the middle. Oh, but she gets the wrong side of Rams, and she's in again, one-on-one. Square to the middle, and it's in, unfortunately. Ball was sweated across, a classic kind of FIFA goal as the ball gets played long over the top, and unfortunately it looks like Micah Rams took a bit of a knock there. Possible foul in the build-up, but wasn't given by the referee, as just on the stroke of halftime we concede, which is just really hurts to concede that goal. But first match of the day, first match of the season, a lot of us just shaking it off. I'm sure everything that happens this match, we'll learn from it, we'll analyze it with our great teams there. But unfortunately, as we go 2-0 down with about 4 minutes to go before the half, we look to regroup. As it said during preseason, that score in the top left hand of your screen does not matter. Not one bit. There are no points given out for this game. There's no goal difference in this game. There is nothing that matters in this game other than the girls getting their first experience in Spain, gelling together as a team, and building the strong foundation for the future season once it all kicks off for real. So that score on the left-hand side, ignore it. Of course we always try to win, and of course we always want to win. But in the grand scheme of things, this game, it's all for the girls, and it's all for them to improve. Score and the result does not mean a thing. But please do realize how beautiful the graphics look in the corner, because our media team is now not pleased with me for saying that it doesn't matter. So look at the lovely design. Just ignore those little numbers on the inside. They don't matter. As FCMC look to prevent any further damage before the halftime whistle blows. Lampin and Alberti looking to press as the ball is played in behind Lee to the goal scorer down the left-hand side. Looks to keep the ball in. Ball played into the 14 on the half turn. Takes a touch, takes another touch, out to the 21, who goes for it. And what a save that is by Marilena Spagnolo. Unbelievable. Now, you guys on the stream are blessed with being able to see the replay of that, because I cannot. But from what I saw, she went full extension with her right hand over her left shoulder. Full stretch, full flying save. Absolutely unbelievable. Marilena has been the absolute woman of the match in this first half. Just some fantastic saves, great with her feet, and enough can't be said about that save. As she comes out, and misses the corner, and eventually it's headed home. Just one of those moments that we can learn from as a team. Set pieces, set pieces, set pieces. It's always said are the keys to winning or losing any game. And being this is the first game of preseason, we've probably not worked a bit on defensive shape, on set piece organization, and unfortunately a good ball in and a header from the left side of the box just beats our players. But I'm sure that's one of the ones. The good thing about conceding on set pieces is that you can look at it, analyze it, and understand where you can do better. So I'm sure that play will get broken down within a couple of days, and we can really see where we can improve on either the marking or either the organization prior. But just to go back to that save that Marilena made beforehand, as a goalkeeper, you love to see a save like that. You get excited on commentary, you get excited on the bench. The feeling in goal is second to none when you pull off a save like that. Kudos to her, unbelievable stop. And the result does not reflect her performance thus far. We are into added time at the end of the first half. All eyes on the referee in the middle of the park, as we look to go in, regroup, and kind of address what has happened in the first half. Look to where we can improve, look to how we can improve. Eventually come back out to the second half. Very strong, but despite the scoreline, there's loads of positive takes from the girls. Just been beat on a few really good goals, on a few really good finishes, and just a few mistakes. And that's to be expected. In the first game, a lot of these girls have played in a few months. The first game they've had as a team together. So in the end, we've been a bit unfortunate with a lot of the goals. But day one, game one of the season. Ball rolls out again, Lee on the near side. As we continue to play our style, regardless of the scoreline, we will play our style. We will possess the ball always. Around the back, from Lee, every member of the back four has touched that ball. From Lee to Rams to North to Laughlin. All four members touch the ball, and that is the perfect example of our style. That is the FCMC style. We play it all year. We will play it all year, regardless of score, regardless of anything. We have coaches that are good at teaching it, and we have everything needed to play it. As veteran move there from Spagnolo lets the ball roll into her box, pick it up using her hands. As there seems to be quite a bit of added time from the referee, but he seems to be on his own time. As the ball cycled back through Madison North, formerly of Elche, as mentioned before, sprayed wide to Tiara Laughlin. Looks to drive down the left-hand side, looking for a run in behind. Tries to play long into Sessler, just misplays the pass. As Parker Lee cuts out the through ball and looks to spring Lampin. Bit of a rash tackle there from the number 14. The referee walks over after a foul on Lee, and possibly last action of the half here as we look to get everyone into the box and possibly nick a goal before halftime. So it seems as if we have a right-footed option and a left-footed option over every set piece with Iman Alberti and Tiara Laughlin. And this one will be the right foot of Alberti, who puts it into the box, cleared right on the top. Settled by Leah Beceda, who plays it back into the box. And it's ultimately cleared by Armillas as far as the number 21, who goes long as the referee blows for halftime. So as the girls head to the changing room, we are 3-0 down at halftime, but as said before, the scoreline does not matter. The scoreline does not matter as everyone goes in, looks to regroup and have a bit of a rest. A strong first half from our girls. A bit unfortunate with the scoreline, doesn't reflect the true performance of the girls. As we'll head in, we'll regroup. I'm sure Coach Jose Herrera will have a tactical masterstroke and be able to get us back into this game. But until now, we will see you in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, so we're in the UK. My first ever trip over to England, and I think it's been a success, to be honest. We're finishing up now our 4-day experience with a tour around Carroll Road. We brought the boys down here last night. They got to see a live Premier League game against Manchester United, and then we're now getting to see the stadium where the Manchester United players and Norwich players were playing last night. So unbelievable experience. Yeah, I think it's gone as well as it could have. We have to review it now, and I mean you can always do better. But for a first hit out, I think we've done a sterling effort, and I can't thank the staff enough. From the media guys to Juan Carlos, Ryan, has been an absolute trooper. I think everyone's really dug in, and it shows kind of what this project's about. That it's not just the glitz and glamour, but we've got people that are really here for the cause and just to do the best for the players.
The best thing probably about the academy is just being able to meet different footballers from around the world and play against the big teams that you wouldn't get to in Australia.
The coaches here are absolutely amazing. They help me in everything, teach me the movements, the run, the passes, what to do and what not to do, and to be honest, I've become such a better player since I've arrived.
If I had to describe football in one word, I would choose magical. It's just a sport that I couldn't describe how much it means to me, and everything revolves around it, and it's just all I have, and it's all I'm gonna have, and it's all I want to do for the rest of my life.
I would say life, because I feel like my life moves around football, and it's just, I'm always watching football, I'm always playing football, and I always have it on my mind.
Probably a dream, God's given me the ability to play, so I'm enjoying it. I have to keep working hard, training, and I'll see where it takes me.
I play football because I love it. I just love playing. I love the game, especially Spanish football.
For me, it's my life. Yes, it's my life.
I think I have talent, but like I say, it's not enough for all players. Even if you have talent, you have to work next to training and do everything you can to be at the top level.
Basically just, if you want to make it, just go for it. Train hard, work hard, and don't give up.
Be able to adapt and change to things. Soccer is a very subjective sport, and it's all about the coach's mind and what they're trying to play, but it's really been a fantastic experience for me, and I would recommend you come try it out yourself.
What drama we have here! Allowed to play on, puts a shot away, and it's just another super goal.
I cannot believe what I have just seen.
Welcome back, everybody. Pitchside. England have won this one 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks.
Callum looking for Godfrey. Callum got Godfrey. It's Stephen Godfrey. He's at the goal. Stephen Godfrey.
Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners of 2018.
Well done, boys. Let's give it up. Go on, lads.
¿no? Viene y lo probamos. Vas con él, con balón, hace el ritmo, poquito a poco. Mucha confianza. Mucha confianza. Four, five. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 30, 40, 50, 60, 17, 18, 19, 20.
And welcome back to a firework-filled sky over the city center of Granada. As you can see on our extremely artistic camera shots, the fireworks blasting out in the background as our girls walk out. What timing that is. It's almost like I told the city council to do that. I'm just kidding, I don't have that kind of pull, but I really do wish I did. As the sparkles continue in the background as the girls prepare for the second half. A quick recap of the first half. We finished up down 3-0, but the scoreline is not respective of the way we played. The ball was moved well through the middle and across the back line, and just beaten by a few good moments from a strong, experienced ARMILLA side. And it's an experience that the girls will learn from. It's one of those things. Jose will teach them that you can't really try to concede before halftime. And just the key moments of the game that you need to perfect in order to become a winning team and ultimately a promotion winning team. As the girls huddle up for their chant before heading out for the second half, I'd like to send a shout out to the entire CheersMate production crew who is here with me tonight. Mark on camera and Harry for media on camera. And big shout out to Tom Irving back in the studio directing us and keeping us all in straight line. He is the master of the great shots that you see tonight. And also a shout out to be done for Richard Jackson for allowing me with the opportunity to do commentary tonight, which I've been harping on him for about a year now. And if she's watching, a shout out to Ellie Brett, who I'm sure will be out here soon and filming and telling me what to do when I'm back in my natural position behind the camera. And the teams have now lined up for the second half. The referee is just conducting his final checks of how many players are on the pitch, which hopefully is 11 on both sides, because I don't think I missed a card. As I finish my third Red Bull of the day, we are underway in Granada for the second half of FCMC Femenino versus ARMILLAS. Possession starts with ARMILLAS and the ball into the back right as they look there to continue their steady building as the ball breaks to the middle and it's easily cut out by Micah Rams. We will keep you apprised of any changes. It does not appear that there were any before or during halftime. We'll keep you apprised of any that come. as FCMC look to continue to build, continue to play that same style as they have, and hopefully find their first goal of the season in the second half. Leah Basida quickly on the ball, back to Marilena with her first touch of the second half. After an outstanding first half, a few unbelievable saves, she's looking to continue that form into the second half and really stamp her authority on that number 1 shirt for the goalkeepers for the Femenino this season. Ball's played through the middle and ultimately lost as Roms looks to go long quickly into the number 9, Evelyn Sessler. As Armilla break again, looks to go long. Nothing comes of it. Recollected by Katie Lampin, who plays a very nice ball back to Marilena, and we look to rebuild again. So we have gotten a question on our YouTube of how do we join the academy. So all you need to do, it's a very, very easy process, is to go onto our website, www.fcmalagacity.com/apply. You will be taken to a page where, and there's a form you can fill out. If you fill out your name, your birthday, a bit of highlights, a bit of a CV if you've got it, you can join our academy as soon as next week if you're so inclined. And we would love to have you here. We're always looking for new players. We're always looking for new talent. Just as our preseasons are beginning and our regular seasons are starting soon, we are always looking for new players, and we would love to have you out here to join our massive family that now spans several cities and several places, all the way from Almuñecar to Estepona and everywhere in between. We'd love to have you out here, and we really hope you can join us. So if you need to, go fill out that application form online, www.fcmalagacityaacademy.com/apply. As the fireworks continue in the background, FCMC build up. I really would love a shot where we score right as one of the fireworks explodes, because, like, wow, I could not get a better first game to commentate on if that happened. As the number 18 cuts to the middle, looks to slip in that always dangerous number 14. But well closed down by Madison North, who forces her to play horizontal as Katie Lampin goes to close down on the wing. Cuts inside, plays it back in. Closed out well by Hannah Reynolds. And Iman Alberti as forces a shot well wide. Never a worry from Marilena. She watched it sail almost into the electronic scoreboard that is currently not on. Apparently preseason friendlies, the electronics at ARMILLA are not up to regular season standards as of yet. But I'm sure when we come back here that will be fully lit up, fully ready. And the score will read 3-0 the opposite way. Oh, quick turnover, unlucky from Micah Rams. That's a quick 1-2 play between Armillas, but look at the recovery from FCMC. 6 players behind the ball before you could even blink, and well cleared from Katie Lampin. That's just, oh, and she ripped the banner. Well played. And as you see if you see the replay of that, just unbelievable recovery work from the Femeninos, even early in the second half, just getting 6 players behind the ball and really preventing any dangerous counterattack. Only 2 passes completed, and the danger was snuffed out very quickly. It's a really good sign of the coaches and for the players to see, even if anything happens, we'll be able to cut it out just like that. Ridge looks to close down on the far side, and then the winger pressed by Lampin, and then ultimately cut out by Katie Lampin herself. Makes a few good moves, looks to play long. Ooh, a decent run from Hannah Reynolds, when the ball unfortunately was just a bit too big. Looks like on the bench we see FCMC preparing for another substitution. And the artistic shots that we're getting right now with the fireworks in the back are just outstanding. You do not get production like this anywhere else. Armilla breaks down the outside, but well cut out by Lampin, who's just been working both ways brilliantly today, both offensively and defensively. Several great moves, some great dribbles that she's taken on. She's doing her defensive work as well. And in the Spanish system, the wingers are really, really relied upon to work both ways. It's extremely promising signs to see her work in both ways this early in the season. As ARMILLA look to continue to build, looks like Malaga need to find the ball a bit more through the middle if they want to build. We've tried the attacks down the outside a bit with the long balls over the top, but we haven't really had much success. It seems to be if we can play those quick through balls down the middle and combine a few passes, we're doing very well building out of the back third and into the midfield, but there seems to be a bit of a breakdown once we reach that final attacking third. But if we solve those problems, there's no reason we cannot get back into this game and that we cannot score a few goals. But as you know, since I'm behind the microphone, I am not the brains behind this operation, so my suggestion will fall on deaf ears. But I will leave the girls in the capable hands of Coach Jose Herrera and Coach Sommer, who I'm sure will get them back into the game. As Iman Alberti commits a foul on the ARMILLA player right there, who is not too pleased. But she gets help to her feet. She appears to be fine, dusts herself off, and we have a sub coming. Coming on is number maybe coming on, because the referee is... Oh, now he signaled for the sub officially. Coming on is number 24, Ava Dijkstra, and coming off is what appears to be number 10, Iman Alberti, who's put in an absolute shift today, working both ends, attacking and defensive, taking set pieces, and playing in that dangerous number 10 role, as the number on her back would tell you. So a good performance from her. Good first run out, about 60 minutes more or less, and very good to get her feet wet in the Spanish system. So well played, Iman. Like we've got a bit of position change here with Ava Dijkstra going into left center back and Madison North stepping into that number 6 to 8 role as a very good switch from the number 5 just beats Lampin as the ball can be retained by ARMILLA. Now, being this is preseason, Coach Jose Herrera will be experimenting with players in different positions, players in different spots, and different formations and tactics. Both, one, to accuse all the enemy scouts that are watching this, and also to see what his players are like in different systems and different positions, because a lot of our rotations here are fluid. If you're playing right wing, you might have to play right back based on injuries and everything. So it's good to see the players in many different positions just to really get a full assessment of what you have on the squad. As the ball played in long behind, Lachlan looks to cut it out and concedes a penalty, it looks like. It looked soft from up here, and I really don't think she caught her, but the number 12, who was fouled previously, goes down again, and the referee points to the spot. As she will step up, dust herself off, and look to convert the penalty. Well, I'll tell you what, Spagnuolo could really cement herself if she saves this one. And the penalty is blazed over the bar from the number 12. A soft penalty, it looked like to begin with. Didn't really look like she got touched, but the ball is blazed over. And as the phrase goes in the U.S., ball don't lie. As Spagnuolo looks to clear, we can call that one a 3-pointer, a 2-pointer if we're in rugby, and we call it 3 points if we're in the NFL. We span continents here. FCMC, the United Nations of Football. Well played from Dijkstra to maintain the ball. Back to Marilena. Cycles across her arms. One of those similar runs we've seen to Madison North before. Ball into Reynolds. Played back to the wide to Lachlan, and Reynolds continues forward. Keeps the ball out of her feet. Looks to play a ball into Maya Ridge behind. Headed clear by the ARMILLA defender. And we have a player down. Looks like it's a cramp as the player immediately runs over to stretch her out, and that is to be expected in a preseason game such as this. It's early in the season, players are really getting their fitness back. And cramps and injuries like this are kind of part and parcel of a preseason, no matter where you are in the world. Looks like they will make the sub to sub the injured player as number 20 comes on. That promising play from FCMC. Bit of good interplay. Ball cycled around the back, driven into the midfield by Micah Rams as she gets a standing ovation coming off the pitch. So if you're hearing any interference, that is the packed house here in Armillas. FCMC showing a bit of press here with Madison North winning the ball back from number 17 in a very dangerous position on the wing. She continues forward, taking on 2 players at once. And the ref calls a very, very light foul for a push in the back there. Wow, tell you what, didn't see that one. I have a feeling that was just a bit of experience and a bit of the Spanish players knowing how to work the referee and draw fouls. So credit to them for knowing how to play. But the resulting free kick goes straight out of bounds as we retain possession in front of the midfield line. Number 6, we can see on the side in our shot, is Chloe Shipway. Came off in the first half, and as I predicted, may be making an appearance in the second half. So I will hang my hat on that, especially if she comes back in. I'll be like, I called that, and I'd be proud. As a good turn in possession from Maya Ridge, sprays the ball along to Katie Lampin down the wing. Half a chance here for FCMC. Plays the ball into the middle, and it hits the bar. Unlucky. Well played from Maya Ridge. Brilliant turn in the middle. Springs Lampin down the right-hand side. But her cross or shot, whichever we will call it, hits the crossbar and just misses. I'm sure when I talked to her post-game, that was a shot all the way. That was unlucky. One of the best chances of the game for FCMC. But as the second half continues, we're really building into the game and looking dangerous on the attack, trying to create a few more chances. As you can hear the Armillas coach barking out instructions. For those who are not adept in Spanish, the shout of otro lado means other side, means he wants the ball switched. And we teach language classes here now, apparently. As Rams plays the ball into the middle, just unlucky to play in between Reynolds and Lampin. Dangerous run on the outside from the Netherlands team, but ball just played too far. Well covered by Lachlan the entire time. Was absolutely no chance of that ball getting in. As the coach absolutely plays a peach of a ball to the other team. Armillas, it appears, have dropped off completely, allowing us to play out of the back and really work on our center backs driving infield and trying to find a pass or either a long ball in behind. It's just good for the girls to get new experiences and get used to playing against different forms of a press, of a defense, and it'll really help them throughout the course of the season to get this many appearances against this many players. As Rams just takes a bit too long on the ball and turns it over as number 14 looks to counter it on the right-hand side. But Rams has recovered brilliantly, forces her to play the ball backwards as Reynolds closes down. Just there's another brilliant example of the pressure and of the organization of the Femenino side tonight. Just even though there was a turnover, we were behind the ball very, very quickly. No one was there. They had no choice but to move the ball backwards, and it's just credit to the coaching staff and credit to the fitness of the girls after this such a short time of the season that they're able to get behind the ball that quickly and not tire after their first game. It's real credit to the amount of fitness and to the coaching of our staff. Ball sprayed wide out to Parker Lee, who's been an ever-present. Plays down the long. And turned over quickly. Number 9, Evelyn Sessler wins the ball back. And Leah Basita just loses out in the middle to a good tackle. But look at her work to recover behind the ball. Absolutely brilliant work rate from our number 8, Leah Basita. Gets back behind the ball and prevents the counterattack. Very well played. As Armillas look to build again. Short little reverse ball into the middle. Looks to spring the number 15 down the line, but well cut out by Rams. Read it like a book. Didn't let anything get near her. Well pressed by Susser, who nicks the ball from the number 20 and drives. Oh, tries to play Lampin in behind, but it's just cut out by the center back. As we approach the final 30 minutes here, FCMC definitely looking the more dangerous side in the second half, except for minus that penalty miss from ARMILLA. The girls have looked dominant in this half, really possessing the ball and allowing us to build. Throw in for ARMILLA, taken into the middle as the ball gets popped into the number 18. Looks to dribble, but Roms is having none of it, and a shot from distance will not trouble Spagnolo at all. After some of the saves she made today, that was one of the more routine ones. Having spoke to Coach Jose Herrera before the game today, he's really put an emphasis on the technical aspect in training over the course of the first weeks, really sorting the players' touch and their passing, because in his words, the small things make the big thing happen. So if your touch is good, if your passing is good, you'll be able to build up the field more consistently. And consistency is the key in a league like this, with matches week in, week out, as the ball sprayed in behind quickly, but just too far as the keeper collects on the edge of her box. But going back to what Jose has said before, his directive has really less been on the tactics so far and more been on the personal development of the girls. Since they have so long in preseason, they really have the first few weeks to develop themselves as players and really perfect themselves used to the Spanish style. The quickness, the intricate passing, and the movement off the ball are really key to having a good team in their league. And with Jose's coaching and his directive, there's no reason that they cannot get promotion this season. As Reynolds recollects the ball quickly after a poor touch from the number 15, and Madison North plays all the way back to Micah Roms, who dwells a bit too long on the ball, but earns her side a throw. A sequence of throw-ins for the Femeninos down our near side. And we look like we are making a change as the referee blows the whistle. Coming off is number 8, I believe, Leah Basida, and coming back on, as predicted, is number 6, Chloe Shipway. So I will chalk that up in my book as 1 for Braden, 0 for everyone else. So that's a win for me. Again, that's more of a bit of squad rotation, keeping the midfielders fresh. As two of the midfield players have both come out right now, trying to save a bit of legs. First game of the season, trying to keep everyone fit and healthy for the long, grueling preseason that is to come, and then ultimately the longer, more grueling season that is to come. As Lachlan looks to play long and behind, and the header directs it straight into the path of Lampin, and it's cleared well by the keeper coming out of her box. An aggressive play. But well played nonetheless. Some good play down the left-hand side. A brilliant ball from Lachlan. Found Lampin in a bit of space, but unfortunately the keeper cut it out very, very well. Ball is played into the middle. A bit of pinball right now as it ultimately rolls out. Would like to give a shout out to everyone watching on YouTube and commenting and liking. I apologize, I do not have my computer or the stream in front of me right now, so I cannot give you all individual shout outs. But if I could, I would. And I thank you very much for tuning in wherever you are in the world. We're in over 40 countries, in 60 cities, and everywhere we possibly can be. So thank you for watching and liking and commenting, and it's much, much appreciated, both from our end as a media team and from the end of the players who it's really for, because it's about them, and the support you give them is second to none. It'll give them that extra push and that extra edge that they need. So thank you. And in the following games, I promise I will read out every single comment that I get. And Marie Wilson, I thank you personally for being the first one to say that I'm doing good commentary. So I will find that comment and probably pin it above above my bedroom because I am proud of that. So thank you very much, Marie. As Armilla looks to break, a shot from distance does not trouble Spagnola. And I've also received my first negative review from Julio Torres, a former FCMC Academy player, member Sean Morris's under-19s, as Spagnola drills an absolutely unbelievable ball. The distance on that was fantastic. Looking for the number 9 and behind, but unfortunately just a bit too far. So I guess a half shout out to Julio Torres, who even though he's making fun of me and telling me I'm not good at this, he can make the stream. So Julio, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're continuing to play. And that goal you scored against Atletico Madrid last season was a banger. Brief spell of possession for Armillas, who's looking to really close out this game. Still 3-0 up, looking to possess the ball. Long ball in behind is cut out by Lachlan. As the 18 looks to cut back in the middle, but Madison North really reads it well and plays the ball back to Marilena. As FCMC put their foot on the ball and look to build out of the back, another again up through Ava Dykstra. Ava goes long, looking for Evelyn Sessler on the long ball as the keeper finds her way off the line. Who will now go into the corner and waste a bit of time in a preseason friendly, which is really just not that great. But you know what? It's the Spanish style. Got to make sure you get the win. And as a keeper, I do totally understand the want for a clean sheet, so kill as much time as you possibly can. So while I disagree with it because they're playing against us, the inner keeper in me very much agrees with it. As the ball is played back from Roms to Shipway, who is slotted in at left center back, who wisely puts her foot on the ball and looks to build. And just unlucky ball to Tiara Lachlan, which she just miscontrols. Some good communication there's seen between the girls who, remember, are still learning each other's styles of play, learning their players' tendencies and everything. So it's good to see that early communication, those early bonds building, as there's a free kick for Armillas. Hannah Reynolds wisely stands in front to prevent the ball going forwards quickly as they play short backwards, which, as said before, is not that big of a deal. Fourteen collects the ball in space, plays a brilliant ball into the middle, who's miscontrolled, and then well played by Parker Lee, and even better for Marilena Spagnola, who keeps the ball from going out for a corner as she gets her line up and looks to clear. First one caught me by surprise. The ball ends up at the feet of Hannah Reynolds down the line, who controls it very well, gets fouled, does a brilliant bit of footwork to get away from the number 18, and then gets kicked after the play. Referee, I don't know what you were watching, but it wasn't the game after that one. Seltzer, not Seltzer. So we have been corrected from a parent, and I would like to give my sincerest apologies. And I will work on that very much in the coming minutes and in the coming games. It is not Sessler, it is Seltzer. And that is now locked in the way of the memory banks, hopefully for the next 5 minutes, and it isn't fleeting. So Jeff, thank you very much for the correction. And I promise you I will work on that as much as I can. And as they say in England, cheers, Jeff. As Hannah Reynolds breaks down the left side, crosses dangerously in the middle, cut out by the keeper with a diving interception. As Reynolds unfortunately cannot corral the second ball, and it's a goal kick for Armillas. As the clock ticks down to the last 20 minutes, Armillas have a sub, and just listen to the crowd. The support here is unbelievable. We have gotten a shout, the one that I'm very honored, from our very own CheersMate Productions, saying that it's like we're pitch side with the commentary. So that is an honor for me to hear, coming from the boss himself, the voice of FC Malaga City, Richard Jackson. I am only hoping to be as good of an understudy as he is a commentator. And what a tackle that is from Tiara Loughlin. Absolutely no regards for anything but the ball. Takes the ball, takes the player. A brilliant tackle. Throw in taken quickly from Armias and cleared out by Micah Rams. And while we have a bit of a break in play, I've just received a text from the big man himself, El Queso Grande, as Richard likes to say, George Jeremy, watching at home from La Herradura with Amelia. And I'd like to give a massive shout out to both of them, thanking them for the opportunity, both to come out here and play and to commentate. And we'd like to thank them from CheersMate as well for allowing us to stream all the games and be a very small part of your very big family. So massive shout out to you both, George Jeremy, Amelia Ossig. Thank you very, very much for the opportunity to be out here. We look forward to seeing you back in Almuñecar soon. George being the head coach of the CDAC seniors, which is my team for the season, and Amelia being an ever-present in the office as the ball's played into the middle, ultimately gets through a bunch of bodies and into the waiting hands of Marilena, who goes long with an absolutely unbelievable drop kick. I really wish I could do that. Wow, because I can't hit it that far. So I will be taking notes and asking for lessons next week. What a ball that was. That is going to be a weapon this season, especially on a bigger pitch than that, with two quick strikers, Evelyn Sessler, if I said that right, and Katie Lampin, Evelyn Seltzer, and Katie Lampin up top. Well cut out by Tiara Loughlin. And then ultimately played out of bounds by Hannah Reynolds, who gives a wry smile as two more subs come on. Leah Beseda and Iman come back on, and off comes Hannah Reynolds and Micah Rams. Throw in by Armia, fought for by Madison North, deep into the corner, as the referee calls another foul on North, who has just been really unlucky with fouls called against her today. 3 or 4 very questionable decisions, but the referee seems intent on calling them, so there's not much we can do about it except listen to the whistle. Armias look to build. And the ball goes down to the right wing, closed down by Tiara Loughlin. Looks in 2v1, but she ends up driving into the box, rolls the ball over, but it's no match for the defensive prowess of Chloe Shipway as the ball looks cleared, and Iman Alberti looks to go long. Looks to spring Maya Ridge behind. Keeper is a long way out of her box if Ridge can track it down. Takes a touch confidently and plays out down the wing. Well played, Keeper. Brilliant move in the midfield there as a little wry smile comes from Evelyn Seltzer. As my commentary has come into question before, and now my drop kicking ability it has, as Nestor Jimenez says that I really do need to learn how to take a drop kick. Nestor, of course, a member of the promotion-winning FCMC senior side last year, and now the head physio in Estepona. So, Nestor, thank you for watching. Thank you for turning in. You were a fantastic physio at the game yesterday. Really did as well as you could. And that's and being a physio, that allows me to give a massive shout out to the physio team overall at the academy of Nestor, Nick Abbott, Julian, and Manu, and anyone else who I'm forgetting that I apologize. But we have a great physio team here. Anything you need, you will be taken care of very well. And honestly, physio team here, second to none. Ball cut out by Madison North and then cleared by Ava Dykstra into the feet of Katie Lampin, who takes a brilliant touch, gets the ball under control, and plays back to Marilena. Pretty soon on commentary, we'll have everyone fill out a form telling us where you're from, where you used to play, how old you are, so I can add a lot more detail to these than just names. So I'll be able to add countries and places and teams and colleges and everything you can possibly imagine, anything of interest. We will learn about it and we will make sure to share that information with you. Lovely little back here from the number 6. As Armilla's continue to look to build through the middle with a couple line-breaking passes, just very well in possession. You can see how comfortable they are on the ball as number 6 swings in across, no match for Ava Dykstra. She chests the ball down brilliantly. Looks to have taken a bit of knock in the stomach with that one. May have hit in a not too great of an area, but as that happens, she's tough. She'll shake it off and continue playing. Game has hit a bit of a lull here with no real chances being created on either side as both teams struggle to break each other down in the waning minutes of this match. As we've reached the last quarter of an hour, the score remains 3-0, which will undoubtedly be a positive for Jose Herrera. In games such as this, teams can easily fold and start conceding numerous goals, but he's really organized his team well and gotten everyone on the same page and prevented any more goals from in the second half, which is a very positive sign. Throw in taken far side from Parker Lee, cleared as Armilla's regained possession. As the ball's turned over quickly, Maya Ridge shot with the left foot. Oh, saved from the keeper. Unlucky. Again, promising from FCMC to pounce on those chances that are created. Just need to work a bit more on finishing them. But it's promising that we're finding and we're seizing the opportunities that we have. Just got to get a bit more clinical in the final third. Armilla's put their foot on the ball and build forward. Well cut out by Tiara, who's going to go in 2 challenges in a row. Will she make it 3? And gets absolutely taken out. But Evelyn Sessler's in. She plays in Maya Ridge. Maya Ridge in 1v1. Keeper comes out, save. Ridge, finish, goal! For FCMC Femenino. Some absolutely brilliant play from Tiara Loughlin down the left-hand side. Springs free Evelyn Sessler. And after a few bites of the cherry, Maya Ridge converts and finishes into the bottom corner. Fantastic play all around from the girls. Tiara Loughlin took the ball brilliantly down the left-hand side. Evelyn Seltzer, I promise you I'm going to get it right by the end of this game, I promise. As squares the ball to Maya Ridge, who after a few tries manages to get it underneath the keeper. So the first goal of the new era of FCMC Femenino is scored by number 27, Maya Ridge, and assisted by number 9, Evelyn Seltzer. And in the midst of all the happiness and the celebrations, we have had a brief keeper change, which we will bring to you momentarily. Out came Marilena Spagnolo, who played absolutely fantastically today. A true credit to herself and to the team and to the goalkeeper coaching. As we will see the new keeper, who is not on my team sheet, whose name I don't know, but what I do know is she is from Spain. She's a local girl. And we are delighted to have her on board and helping out with the side this year. Hopefully she can get in all her documents, and we'd love to see her on the pitch for us this season. Ball is sprayed wide to Tiara, who gets stuck in. Just absolutely brilliant tackles coming in from her all match. Great work rate, great tackling ability. Fantastic to see a player of that quality come out here and decide to play with us. Armillas, despite the goal, continue to possess with the keeper with some fancy footwork. Goes nowhere. And the ball is cleared out into the tree down the left-hand side. As Lachlan takes the throw, in my mind, in the second 45, it's 1-0 us. So in a game of two halves, we're winning the second half. And I know as players and as a coaches, you may see the score as 3-1. But as we break the game down into two separate parts, we've clearly been the better side in the second half, had more chances, and maybe that could be from Armillas taking their foot off the gas, but I believe we've just been better, been the better side, been better. We came out with a game plan. Those first half jitters got out of the way. You know, it's the first game in Spain. A lot of people could be nervous. A lot of people may be shaky with it. But as soon as that rust has been shaken off, we have dominated the second half. Confident playing out of the back. Shipway takes a good touch out wide to number 21, Lachlan. Back to Shipway. Looks long into the midfield. Maya Ridge, the goal scorer, comes, checks in, gets the ball under control. Ball wide and recovered by Parker Lee. Much to the delight of Coach Jose Herrera, who loves the way his team's playing. We've kept the ball for a solid 2-3 minutes here, probably about 20, 22 passes in the move as we continue to build. Great feet from number 8, Leah Basida. Sprays the ball just too far on the wing. But brilliant spell of possession from FCMC. Possession with purpose, looking to break lines, looking to move up the pitch. Got to be positive signs, and the coaching staff must be happy. Ball thrown in on the side, and Malaga win a throw. I'm just popping across my screen as a comment from Sydney Cottrell. Sid, we miss you out here. If you ever want to come back, we always need more keepers. It is great to hear from you. Giving a shout out to Parker Lee, number 17. Sid, it's good to hear from you. We hope you're all well in the U.S. Sid was a great player for us last year, great goalkeeper, great person, just really good person to have there around the academy. So, Sid, we hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. And we hope to see you soon. At a set piece for Armilla, about 40 yards from goal. Number 6 lines up to take it. Looks like one of those rare set pieces in Spain where they will go long. Cleared well by Ava Dykstra. As Armillas reset. Jose Herrera urging his line forward to prevent the long ball back in as Chloe Shipway cuts out of balls in the middle, and Madison North plays well back to the keeper. Again, a lot of control in the second half from the Femenino side. This keeper goes long. Intercepted. Won't get past Ava Dykstra, steps up with a brilliant clearance. As Iman Alberti picks it up, plays the ball long. Katie Lampin pressing. Oh, just misses the header and well cleared by 20. Evelyn Seltzer picks it up in the middle, plays to Chloe Shipway, who switches into the space to Parker Lee. Into the middle, Leah Basida regains possession, plays back to Ava Dykstra, and FCMC can start again. We've been shouted out again by the big boss man, Richard Jackson, and I really do hope I beat his goal record. I mean, I'm only in preseason form as well on the mic. Only in preseason form, so I promise I will get at least a 10-second goal throughout the season this year. Probably in a 90th minute winner, I'll just go crazy. But that's what makes it fun. You don't get production value like this anywhere else but FC Malaga City. As another stoppage in play, as there has been a foul committed, and Armillas will look to bring their players into the box and go long as we're approaching the closing stages of the game. Played short instead as we are into the last 5 minutes. 15 attempts to go long, well cut out by Iman Alberti, and then cleared upfield. Number 17 drives forward, plays wide to number 23, cuts inside. As the attack stalls and Armillas resets. But look at the pressing from our girls. Even in the 85th minute of a match down 3-1, we have not stopped running. We have not stopped pressing. The fitness levels on this team, being so early in the season, is really just astounding. I'm not sure what they're doing in training, but they look really good. And if I were a betting man, my money would be on them for promotion this season. Ball is switched wide again as Armillas enjoy a good spell of possession right now, just moving our players around with passes in and out of the midfield. Attempted through ball, cut out well, and finds My Origin space. Ball dropped off to Evelyn Sessler. Ball goes wide then to Parker Lee. In behind, ball wide to Katie Lampin. Keeps it in right by the byline, plays to the middle, but cut out well by the keeper. Ball played out of the back. Number 17 regains possession for Armillas as they look to build down the left-hand side. As you can hear, a lot of communication between the coaches and the refs. Just preseason friendly, trying to organize everything, trying to keep their players fresh. As the ref is checking his watch, looks like about one, he signals for one more minute. The ball goes long and well collected by our keeper. Should be about the last minute of play here. As time in Spain is a fickle concept, which now means 30 minutes later, or 30 minutes later means now. We never really know. The referee has the whistle in his mouth as we continue to push until the absolute last whistle. And he blows for full time. So the first match of preseason for the FCMC Femenino squad ends in defeat. But as we mentioned, as the coaches shake hands and the players shake hands, these results now do not matter. What matters is that the girls had a full 90 minutes to gel together, to work together, to learn how each other play. And you know what? We got the added bonus of a goal. Fantastic performances all around and really, really strong positives to build from the beginning of the season. So massive shout out to all the girls. Very, very well played. We look forward to get some players back from injury. We look forward to getting some players more in. And most of all, we're looking forward to a brand new season of FC Malaga City Femenino football. So for Braden Miller from Granada, signing out.
What drama we have here! Allowed to play on, puts the shot away, and it's just another super goal.
I cannot believe what I have just seen. Welcome back, everybody, pitchside. England have won this one 22 points to 6.
Electric out the blocks.
Have completed the greatest of comebacks.
Callum looking for Godfrey. Callum got Godfrey. It's Stephen Godfrey. He's at the goal. Stephen Godfrey. Your 2018 champions, the London Monarchs. Winners of 2018. Boys, well done, boys. Let's give it